Yeah, so if you've worked in the manufacturing industry before, you would have seen these before, commonly referred to as bubble mats. Our main difference is this is the genuine Amco Ergo Comfort mat, and this is just your standard run-of-the-mill, straight off eBay or off an online store or hardware store, some other mat retailer. That's your standard bubble mat, Ergo Tread, Ergo Mat, Super Comfort. It goes by a few different names. Main difference is, if you've ever seen these before and you've seen these yellow bubble mats warping and twisting up with a bit of oil on them, it would definitely have been these, not the genuine Ergo Comfort. If you have a look here at the difference in the thickness of the bevel, you can see that the Ergo Comfort is a lot heavier duty, and it's actually made out of a much better quality Sri Lankan rubber as opposed to a Malaysian rubber. If you look at the thickness of the wall as well, you can see there's a lot more meat on the Ergo Comfort as opposed to the cheaper style. Now, what you'll also notice is if you flip these over, the little studs on the back of the bubble mat, that's all that's holding you off the floor, and so that can skid around all over the place. But with the Ergo Comfort, you've got these big rubber lugs with a suction cap on the end. Now, if your floor's wet, it's a concrete or lino floor, they'll actually stick to the floor and stop the mat from sliding around and carrying on. Also note too, the depth of the hole, which is what forms a dome at the top. As you can see here, it's actually quite deep, whereas with the Ergo Comfort, that shallower dish stops it from wearing out on top. As you'll see here, this is to replicate what would happen when you get, say, 3 or 4 years of use out of it. You can see there that when that bubble's basically worn away, there's still plenty of meat there, and so that's not going to fall apart anytime soon. You're still going to get a lot of comfort out of that, especially due to that rubber lug there. However, with this cheapo copy, if you want to run a grinder over this, what you'll see is straight away you get a bit of wear on the bubble, and they're actually hollow on the inside. And so as soon as that bubble starts to wear, you get a hole in the mat. Now that can be a bit of a drama for some people, especially if you've got to clean your mats with liquid and everything every day. Another big difference is the sweep test. If you're working at a sawmill or a bakery and you don't want flour or sawdust getting all over your floor, you want to sweep it off pretty easily. With the standard Ergo Comfort, because the bubbles are a lot less pronounced, it sweeps quite well, and you can keep all the dust off your mats and blow it down at the end of the day. Whereas with the bubble mat, it builds up, as you can see, behind the bubble, and that makes it a lot harder to keep your workplace clean. Finally, the cut test. This is basically a replication of how easy it is for like a trolley jack wheel or something. If it's screwing around on the mat, how easy it is to tear it. Just a standard set of scissors, and you can see it cuts through them pretty easy. You can just cut straight through that mat. Whereas with the Ergo Comfort, because it's a much tougher rubber, you can see it's not going to tear really easily. Finally, the tear test. So this is what's happened when you've got a cut in your mat, and then you get a forklift screwing on it, how easy it actually tears. Well, this is the Ergo, just to give you a bit of a demonstration of how hard it is to tear it. So if you tear it, it's very hard to get an actual tear. Whereas with the bubble mat, all you got to do is get a small nick in there, fork comes along, old mate screws his wheel on it, and you just tear straight away like that. They're not much of a mat really at all, the bubble mats, but the Ergo Comfort, the genuine type, are much more durable.